This is Zach. He came to us slicing the golf ball, losing distance, and just frustrated with his game. In just one lesson, we changed the way he released the club, which squared that face, stopped his slice, and gave him some serious speed. We then took him to Club Champion for a driver fitting, which made him even better. This is a great example of what happens when you get the right technique and the right equipment. Okay, there it is, yeah?
Yep.
That's the one that we need to get rid of. For you, Zach, when you hit that shot, why do you think that happens?
Yeah, I think for me, it's kind of a tendency to get up here and then come over the top, maybe cast the club a bit, release a little early.
Okay, you mentioned early extension as well earlier. It feels a little bit of that going on as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so early extension, casting, and then swinging over the top. And I think this is good. You're aware, obviously, the ball is going to the right. So if we think about it, when we hit a slice, there's three main reasons. The club path is a long way to the left, the face is open, or we're hitting it out the heel. For you, we're going to see in this here at the moment, there's two that are really prevalent. Okay, so let's have a look at this first of all. So let's just show you golf swing from down the line. I mean, look, setup looks fantastic. I really like it. I've got that red plane line in there to tell us where the plane is. So you can see the club is a little bit underneath it on the way back. But then on the way down, let's see how much over the top you are. Oh, well, that looks pretty good. Your full swing numbers, so your actual club path has generally been to the right. So your club path is actually going that way. Mm-hmm. So that suggests there's not really any over the top. Look, you can get on the golf course, but for the most part here, over the top isn't the issue.
Okay.
So that now goes to heel strike and club face being open. And definitely if we look at your driver, we can actually see that there's some heel strikes in there. So that's 100% something that we need to look at.
Yep.
Okay. If I look at it from this front-on view here, there's no issues here. Pivot looks really nice. Everything's looking really good. But you can see how your arms are working through the ball there. You can see you've got this kind of chicken wing look, and the glove, we can see very much the top of the glove. Now, the best players in the world here, or someone who doesn't slice it, I would say, you will see that the hand will look very different. You'll actually see the fingers on the left hand underneath, as opposed to being the left hand on top like that. So we know that even from this here, the face is open. We can see as you're swinging here to the top of your backswing as well, this club face is open. We'd want that leading edge of the golf club to be running parallel to the forearm at this stage here. So the club face is definitely open here, and it's definitely open when you're swinging down here. You can see it's laid back. Great for hitting it high, great for hitting it right, which are two things that we know that we get. Now, this also goes into, you're fit for this GT driver, GT3. You were fit with a 9 degree, and it was probably because the golf ball was going so high. So it'll be interesting now. What we want to do is get the club face squarer with a few different ways that we're going to do this. And then we're going to see what happens to the club, because we might find then that ultimately if we get the club face squared up better, the ball could be going too low. So we may need to look at a little bit more loft on the driver. We'll figure that out as we go through and when we do the fitting later at Club Champion. Okay, so look, what we're going to do, it's a beautiful Titleist glove you've got on there, but we're going to swap it for me and my golf glove.
Perfect.
So you'll notice on this glove, when you actually look at this, I'm just going to bring it close in the camera so the guys can see this, but there's actually some markings on here that we want to look at. Now this is obviously very useful, this blue line underneath, but this is what I'm really interested in, these blue knuckle indicators. So if you pop that on for me. It's a bit sweaty in there, it's because it's Andy's and it might stink a bit as well, sorry about that. So the whole idea with this is now, so if you just take your setup, we're going to encourage you to get this hand more around here. And we're just going to see what happens as a result of doing this. But I want to be able to see all of this blue indicator and maybe a little bit of this knuckle here as well, potentially.
Okay.
So just set up again for me. I'm just going to get you obsessing over this grip for the first part of this session.
Let's see if I can at least help you. So, more than that, or?
No, that's good. Now Andy's probably going to be, his role today is probably going to be the grip police. So he's going to keep looking at this grip to make sure that it's good here. Okay, perfect. So do me a favour, just take your hands off and put them back on again. Let's just build it a few times. Because it doesn't look that comfortable for you to do it, maybe. Would that be true?
No, yeah, it feels like I've got to kind of twist it over more to get to where you want it to be.
Okay. What I want to get as a feeling of doing, we're going to go from here. This is step 1. We're going to go into step 3 now. So we're just going to understand how can we get this sucker being less open through the hit. You can see that shape there. Let's just let that elbow pop out like that. That's kind of where you're at. Sorry, I've got to revisit it again. Every now and then we will revisit it so you can just go, I am never going to do this again.
Yeah.
So that's what we get too much of. Now we're going to get a little bit more of this. And you can see it sometimes when you do your practice swings. You actually do quite a nice job on your practice swings. But because the face is open because of the grip and because maybe of the backswing, it's very hard for you to get this shape through the ball.
Sure.
You see how this elbow is sort of folded down now? And if Andy's looking from there now, you can see the fingers underneath as opposed to that shape there. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's do everything we can now in our practice swings to get this to work. So what I'm going to do, let's get you with your feet together. I want to get the arms doing the right job now. So we're going to have some swings together. So we're going to go back to here, and we're going to go through to here, okay? And we're just going to see how well, I'm not really doing too much here. You're doing a majority of this. I'm just doing a little bit of a guide on this, but I am not closing the face for you, so this should be relatively simple. What do you think is going to happen when you do this, when you hit a shot? What's the likelihood?
Hit one left.
Yeah, there we go. So this is exaggerating it. The biggest reason we don't get rid of a slice for the most part is because we don't actually exaggerate the changes enough. We just change a little bit, but it's never enough. Do this by yourself now. So feet close together. I don't want you thinking about speed at this stage. I just want you working at moving the club well with the arms. Beautiful. You can do more than that if you want to on the way through. Beautiful. There we go. All right, so set up this one for me. We're not worried about distance at all here. We just need to have that shape of the arms on the way through. Almost imagining you playing that forehand topspin. That's fine. Very straight golf shot. We can even see there, it's on the full swing there. We've got the club face on that one with 0.4 degrees left. So already you've squared the face up just by doing this drill. So this drill, even after one shot, looks like it can work for you. Let's just keep going. Okay, so on this one, we're going to give you a couple more to see if you can get it going that way.
Yeah.
But again, look at that. I mean, 0.3 now. We're talking like really good. I just want to know. I want to see if you can actually hook it a little bit.
Yep.
Then just out the heel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just getting those heel strikes.
Yeah.
Let's just put a cover down here. Oftentimes, if you're hitting the ball out the heel, putting a little bit of feedback in here is nice. So if you hit the golf ball out the heel now, you can hit my beautiful driver cover.
Perfect.
So don't, please. Okay, Andy, I think it's going to be time for the magic bag. So this is an impact bag. There's towels in there. It's okay to hit the bag. This is. But what we're going to do, we often talk about this, that if the ball was a finish line, your heel is wanting to win the race. Can we get the toe to win the race? So can we just get you just sticking that toe in the bag, just to accelerate what it feels like to get the face. And look, what we're doing now isn't the feel forever. It's just something that we've got to do to make you understand what it feels like to get the club there. Beautiful, good. And again. Go again. Beautiful. And again. Okay, let's hit one. No practice swing, straight into it. This should go left. Same feeling, good arms. That's what I want. If you went to the range and said, I'm going to go and practice today, Piers, I'm going to hit 20 drives. I've only got time for 20 shots. I would love it if all 20 of them did that.
All right.
At this stage. Look at that there. 4 degrees closed, and the ball came right out the middle. The beauty with this is your club path has remained at 0 point something all the time. Your golf swing is generally designed to hit it straight. Your club face, though, is just not letting you because the arms are doing this or the face is getting open. Okay, same deal. Do you think you can hook it like that without hitting the bag before? That's what I want to see.
Sure.
Got it. Beautiful. So what I'd recommend in this normally, with that 2.9 left, face closed with a centered strike. Beautiful. Now,
Nailed it.
let's put more speed into it.
All right.
Let's have the same sensation. So let's have some practice swings with the feet further apart now. You've got to have the sensation of that club working the way we want it. Okay, that's a draw. I'm taking that on the first shot.
So it was a baby draw, I
Yeah, it
think.
was a baby draw. I mean, look at that. I think you slightly towed it.
Yeah.
But look at this. The club path is slightly to the right. It's telling us that your plane of your swing, your club path is brilliant. So good this is, Zach. Does it feel?
Yeah, it feels good. You don't realize you're doing this when you're doing it.
Yeah.
So this would feel more awkward on a swing rehearsal than the right way.
I mean, it doesn't get much straighter than that. It's probably got half a yard of draw.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's the point on this.
Closed.
Yeah, 1.3, 0.0 on the club path. So absolutely money. So if we look at that, then obviously we know that a lot of the shots was right.
Yeah.
The shots now are a lot straighter. What might be the problem though, from what we're seeing on this shot? Is there any problem with that shot you just hit?
I mean, if it's a driver, it's pretty low.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes total sense, doesn't it? Because if you think about it, you are fit at 9 degree.
Yeah.
For an open face slice.
Yeah.
Now that we've sorted the slice out, I believe it's gone. Now what are we going to do about the club? Well, good news is we're going to Club Champion. We're going to fit you for a different club and see what happens and see what it's like. What have we got in this golf club so far?
All right, so we got the GT3 in the 9 degree, okay? This is low spin. It has a tendency to be a little bit fade bias, which, you know, I see that you have it just slightly on draw to kind of counteract that. I don't know when you got fit whether maybe you had high spin. You probably did have high spin because you were hitting it right, and that obviously causes a lot of spin. The shaft, 75 grams X. Usually I don't go to an X unless somebody's swinging 108 to 110. Unless they have a really, really fast transition, then I might go a little bit lower. But you swinging 101, probably, well, not probably. It's not the right shaft. Yeah, let's take probably out. We'll take probably out of it. It's not the right shaft for you. Okay, so you should be in a stiff. Again, stiff, and you don't really need 75 grams. Usually 75 grams you'll see in a 3-wood. So we probably want to get into a 60-gram shaft. Okay. Now again, with the new technology as far as composite materials and all that, they're so strong at 60 grams. It's not like the old days. So I mean, there's no reason to have that extra 15 grams there. And I know this is an inch short, but I would prefer to try a shaft that's you know, closer to full length. I think the GT2 would be a good head for us to try next, because it is actually still a low spin head, but it's a little more forgiving. And you know, then we can take advantage of the length and all that. This is a very low launching shaft also. I think we want to get into more of a mid-launch shaft in the GT2, probably going with a 10 degree to start with, okay? Doesn't mean where we're going to end up. We just got to have a starting point, okay? And based on looking at your numbers, that's probably where we should be. So I'm looking to apex the shot at about 100. So usually about your swing speed is about where we want to apex the shot. So we want to get to 100, but when we get to 100, what we don't want to do is have spin that goes over like 3,000. So we need to launch it higher, but not create a lot of spin. All right, Zach, so we got the GT2, 10 degree. This is a Ventus shaft, 60 grams. This is going to be full length, which is an inch longer than yours. Yep. Okay. We'll see how that goes. I got everything on neutral, so we just want to start with everything neutral, and I can always make the adjustments.
GT2 10, we got it in A1. Your fitting on your drive was definitely a little bit more draw biased, so it was set on a draw fitting, and like we had the weight in there as well. So straight away the height's gone up, which is something we were looking to achieve. Might have
Spin
changed.
rate's getting too high though.
Yeah, spin's definitely gone too high, hasn't it? That's your longest carry at 253. That's really good.
Spin rate's good. 2,300, we like that. 85, we can live with apex of 85.
Yeah, 96 height.
Yeah, definitely good. That's
Spin's right in the window. You happy with that?
Yeah, he's right in the window. That's perfect. Made my job easy. We could consider doing the black Ventus shaft also, which would be enabling you get the spin down a little bit, and hopefully, you know, it shouldn't. If you hit it good, the height should still be okay, but it will be less spinny. This one's a little tip stiffer than the last one, but we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the old swing.
Yeah, plus that might be a little bit because it's stiff in the tip too. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it just, first swing, it feels a little long and a little stiff. That's probably not what you want to put on camera, but.
So it's not technically as stiff as your current shaft.
Right.
But the tip is stiff. You know, it just doesn't feel like the shaft is reacting as well as the blue though. You know, it just seems, you can almost hear it sounds stiffer.
Yep.
You know, it doesn't really have that. You want to have a little bit of whip in the shaft. You want, you know, you just tell the shaft is not operating the way it should be. In other words, it's just not flexing properly.
Right.
So,
Let's take it back.
so let's go back to the other one again, yeah.
And from your personal thoughts on that as well, did you feel like the blue one felt better?
think the blue one felt a little better.
Yeah.
It's going to feel better. It's going to just be easier to turn it over. Again, when he gets his attack angle at, you know, positive 1.5 to 2, the blue will be fine as far as spin. Yeah, it sounded much better.
And with this club, what was the biggest carry again before? Was it 250 or was it 245? 253, there we go.
253, 282, 2300 spin.
Yeah.
So just put that swing on it, and this club will work perfect.
Then we can walk out the door.
I think way outside on the toe, but pretty straight.
That's
Pretty
the beauty
decent.
of the GT2, is it's going to be way more forgiving when you hit it in that spot than the
Yeah.
GT3 is. The GT3, the tour pros that use that are the ones that are trying to shape a lot of different shots with the GT3. The tour guys that are using the GT2 are just trying to hit fairways and hit it straight.
Okay, 148 ball speed. That's probably your highest ball speed. 101.
Pex was good on that one too. So.
Yeah, 90's good. I kind of like 90 for him.
Yeah,
I think
90s would be a good number.
it's good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I think 90 gives us a bit more option. If we do get faster, then we can just let it creep up. The spin won't creep up so much. 48 ball speed again, that's good. 103, great. Club face only slightly open and didn't break down. 252.6 carry. Really good. Stay back and release it. That was nice. 245 ball speed. Again, we've hit a lot of shots here today. 245 carry. Look, that's really nice. That's really good. Okay, so 232 carry, weak, high fades, not getting a lot of distance. We've had our best one in here at 254 carry. That's 280 yards total. Actually, the height, we were after 100 feet. You nailed it exactly with that shot there. Again, tack angle on that one, 2.9 up. But the most important thing was the club face, really nice at 0.6. So as much as we changed technique, Greg's done a great job in finding that club, which is going to be a bit better. So what do we have with that spec on that one for me, Greg?
Okay, so what we got is we got the GT2, 9 degree. It's just in the neutral position. What's helping you so much is that this is just a little softer than that one. Well, it's actually a lot softer than that one in the tip section. So it's enabling you to be able to square it up a little easier. Again, it's mid-lodge, low spin, so we should be able to keep the spin down, no problem with this. And we're going with a little bit smaller grip, which should help you also release it.
Yeah, and in the Ventus blue as well, like you say, standard
Ventus
length.
blue, yep.
Okay, awesome.
Standard length. I think we go standard length.
It's inconceivable that you have to walk out with this golf club now. It doesn't make sense. So I'll take that one. And we're not going to give you this exact one, but we're going to give you a new one of these. So you're going to walk away with a brand new driver.
Wow, thank you very much.
So thanks so much for Club Champion for setting this up. If you want to get a fitting of someone like Greg, then just click out the links in the description, and we'll see you soon.